This is Vanity Fair, the story of Echo and Narcissus. Much to his wife Hera's chagrin, Zeus, the king of the gods, was well known for being a wayward husband. In this story, Zeus, disguised as a peasant, is passing time in the forest in the company of lovely nymphs. As Zeus is talking and flirting, he senses that his wife Hera is close by and she is not very happy. Echo, who is known for the gift of gab, will distract Hera. The ruse works for a bit, but Hera soon sees through it and her anger curses Echo. Now Echo, once so gifted with words, will only be able to repeat the last words spoken to her. Later, Narcissus is in the forest and comes upon Echo. How will she be able to declare her love for him? What will be the fate of the conceited Narcissus? Let's watch and see what happens.
On Mount Olympus, the home of the gods, Zeus and Hera were having a very heated conversation about one of their forest sprites, or fairies. Those are beings that aren't nearly as powerful as gods, but have more powers than the average human.
I just can't stand it anymore. Something's got to be done.
Well, have you tried to talk to her about it?
Talk to her. That's the whole problem. I can't even get a word in edgewise when she's around. She doesn't even give me a chance to talk to myself.
Oh, do you want me to have a word with her?
It won't work. I've tried everything. I'm afraid that I'm going to lose my temper. And you know what that means?
Now, I know what you're thinking. Don't even think about using one of my thunderbolts. You've got to settle this peacefully. You've got to negotiate with her.
They were talking about Echo, one of Zeus's sprites that was supposed to serve Hera. Indeed, Echo was a good servant, but she had one problem. She couldn't stop talking.
Listen, did you hear who was turned into a tree? Well, the water sprites told me all about it. Through the babbling brook, she knows everything, almost as much as Zeus himself. I hope Zeus doesn't mind my saying that. I mean, he does know everything. Where was I? Oh yes, being turned into a tree, and not any ordinary tree.
She talked to Hera about everything. The other sprites, the gods, the silly things that mortals did or didn't do.
Hera tried to be polite at first. Then her neck started getting tired from nodding so much. She found herself wasting valuable time when she could have been doing godlike things, just listening to Echo.
Hera tried talking to Echo.
Excuse me? Echo, if I can interrupt? Excuse me!
Oh, my queen, did you want to say something?
Well, it's about your talking. You know, I hate to say this, but you do go on sometimes.
Do I? I guess I do. You know, my mother always used to say the same thing to me. Echo, my daughter, you do go on. She'd say, but she could talk herself, let me tell you. Once when I was just a tiny sprite.
This is hopeless.
Hera put up with the long-winded chatter for a long time, but one day her patience ran out.
Where's my husband? Where's Zeus? There's an emergency about to happen, and I can't find him. He better not be lazing around. Has anybody seen him?
I've seen him.
I was afraid of that.
Echo had seen her boss. In fact, flirting with some of her fellow sprites. She knew she couldn't let his wife know that, so she kept chattering away with Hera to give time for Zeus to break away.
He was just here a minute ago. I mean, everybody has to take a break and relax now and again. Even if Zeus is supposed to be on duty at all times, why?
Just tell me where.
I had a cousin who was so serious all the time he made himself sick. Oh, let me tell you.
Enough! I can't take it. Silence!
Why, queen, I didn't know.
I've got to put a stop to your blabbing.
Hera raised her hand and made this decree.
From now on, your tireless tongue will rest. For all of us, even you, this will be the best. For words, you have never had a lack, but now you have only the power to speak back.
Speak back.
That's my royal decree. Do you understand?
Understand?
For the rest of the time, Echo only had the power to repeat the last words that others said, and that she was bound to do.
As you can imagine, Echo felt terrible. All of her feelings were bottled up inside her.
Now, isn't it wonderful? So peaceful and quiet.
Quiet.
When she wasn't serving Hera, Echo began to wander alone in the woods.
One day, she saw a handsome young man taking a hike. Echo's mood lifted immediately.
This young man happened to be Narcissus. He was out looking for someone who was good enough to deserve his love.
When he was a child, his mother had asked the fortune teller if her boy would have a long life. Perhaps, the prophet had said, if he never knows himself.
It's a shame the world is just so full of, how can I put it kindly, average people. It's just impossible to find anyone who comes near my exact standards.
Narcissus had been told by so many people that he was good looking, but he was interested in mainly one person, himself.
But when Echo saw him, she fell hopelessly in love. She followed closely behind him as he wandered in the woods, but she was careful not to reveal herself.
And, of course, she wanted to say something to this young man, but she had to wait for him to speak first. When Narcissus thought he saw someone moving in a tree's shadow, he called out, and Echo got her chance.
Is there someone here?
Here.
Well, show yourself.
Show yourself.
Please come out of hiding. I want to meet you.
Meet you.
I'm going to leave unless you come out right now.
Right now.
As she said those words, she got up her courage and came out from behind the tree where she was hiding. She ran to Narcissus and tried to hug him.
No, I'm not interested in dating a forest sprite. As a matter of fact, I'd rather die than be in love with you.
In love with you.
Oh, please, just leave me alone.
With that, Narcissus ran away, leaving Echo all alone. She was so upset that she went into a cave to collect her thoughts and have a good cry. That's why they say you can hear Echo's voice, even to this day, in the caves all around the world.
Although Echo had a broken heart, she never lost her love for the handsome Narcissus.
But a goddess observing the scene didn't feel so kindly toward Narcissus. This was Nemesis, the goddess of payback forms of justice.
She's the one who's famous for settling scores.
It's about time that this Narcissus has a taste of his own medicine. I'll see to it that he falls in love with someone who will always be outside of his reach.
So it happened that Narcissus continued to search for someone worthy to be his mate, but he found it to be a very hard search.
It's tiring being perfect and looking for the perfect companion. I gotta rest and take a drink of water.
The young man sat down by a beautiful pool and leaned over to take a drink from the clear blue water.
Now this fellow will get what he deserves.
As Narcissus bent over, he saw his own reflection in the pool.
Hello, who are you?
The image just looked back at him without replying.
Why, of all the people I've met in my wanderings, you seem to be the most special. Why won't you tell me your name?
The reflection just looked back in watery silence.
I feel terrible. Something's coming over me that I've never felt before. I feel rejected.
With that, Narcissus started to feel very, very sorry for himself. A few tears rolled down his cheek, dropped into the pond, and landed on his reflection. The ripples caused the image to break up and vanish.
No, please, don't go away. Stay, I beg you.
In a moment, the image returned.
Oh, thank you. I knew you cared for me. You have no idea how many horrible people I had to meet in my wanderings before I met you.
Some of the sprites felt badly for Echo. They went to her cave to cheer her up. They told her about the odd man who had fallen in love with his own image. She went out to laugh at this pitiful creature, then realized it was Narcissus.
She felt pity for Narcissus and decided to watch over him. Her voice repeated his words.
I promise I'll never leave you.
Never leave you.
Narcissus was so absorbed in his own conversation that he didn't hear Echo at all.
I'll never move from this spot.
From this spot.
And that's just how Narcissus spent the rest of his short life, sitting by the pond, in love with his own reflection.
In the spot where the young man spent his last days, there grew a beautiful flower in springtime. It was the flower that now bears his name, the Narcissus. And Echo, listen hard, and you might be able to hear it talking if you speak loudly enough.
Loudly enough.
The end.